What's up, YouTube? Got my boy Oliver with me. Say what up, bro.
What's up, bro?
So we gonna talk about our top 5 greatest games of all time. This is hard. This is the hardest thing we could ever do.
No scripts.
No script. We just gonna say it, and we make sure that this list is like no regrets. Like if we tomorrow we don't want to change this, so we just gonna go straight into it. So show the game. You gotta show the game.
It's not here, but it's
not here.
It's not here. But Mega Man X4 for the PS1.
Why?
I think it's top 5 for me, anyways. It's one of the first games I ever played. Growing up, I think back when my parents first got me a PS1, one of the 2 games that she got me was Mega Man X4.
Okay.
That game.
What else? What was the other game you got?
The other game I got was Marvel vs. Capcom. Great game.
We're gonna get into that later.
But
for this guy.
But Mega Man X4 is great just because the gameplay is always solid. Just like any other Mega Man X game, any other Mega Man game in general, the gameplay is always solid. One of the first few games where you actually play as Zero, like full blown, you're not just full of, like you play with him the entire game. He has his own little story. And playing through it, I was so young at the time. I remember when we got to the part where Zero had to fight Iris. And after defeating Iris, I saw that she died. And to me, as like growing up,
alert. For me, I'm gonna start off with The Last of Us. He never played this game, which is insane. But this game is one of the more recent ones too, actually. So usually you don't just change your top 5. Like if you played a game yesterday, you won't think like, oh, this is top 5. But this game, right after I beat it, I'm like, this is one of the greatest games of all time. But that's how good this game is. If you haven't played this game, like the gameplay isn't even that exciting. It's not even that great. It's the story, yo. Wow, like the last time I was that invested in a game was Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna talk about that, but this game, man, like you gotta take care of this girl, and you just like it's like an apocalypse, and you just gotta like you gotta find your brother, and like man, like you like she got bit by one of the zombies or whatever, but you don't find out till like mid game, and like you're like, oh, you didn't tell me you were bit, but she never really got infected, and you don't know how, and you're trying to figure out why, and then oh man, boy.
I played some of it.
This is good. This
right here. Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom.
This is the trash version, though.
Yeah, this is not ultimate. It's not ultimate, but it's alright. But Marvel vs. Capcom.
Why is that in your top 5, bro?
One of the first games I ever played was Marvel vs. Capcom 1. Of course, that game it was beautiful. The music, of course, it wasn't visually amazing compared to the standards we have today. But still, like the characters that it had, it just felt special. It felt explosive. It felt like one of those games that Capcom actually put love into it. Like,
I remember when this game came. I remember when he ran to buy this game, man. He was dying to get this, bro.
I love Marvel vs. Capcom is the reason why I love fighting games. The combos are insane. The characters crazy. It's just it's a beloved crossover
you like
game
this
for
better
reason.
than 2? I think 2 is better.
I never played much of 2 growing up, so I say I like 3 more than 2. Even though most people would say 2 is better than 3, and because
I think it's more of the art style though. A lot of people were turned off by the 3D, but
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was big in tournaments for a long time. Of course, Justin Wong dominated from Marvel
nice.
2.
You gotta add him on PS4. I'll put his name in the description if you want that work. I don't know. This is debatable. This might not be in there, but I gotta just shout this out. Resident Evil 4 is it could be top 5. I'm not sure. It's a toss up between this and this game right here, Metroid Prime. This bad boy right here, man. Like I remember watching my cousin play this and it was just mind fuck, bro. Like minded by the graphics. Even to this day, the graphics are amazing. Like I remember playing Super Metroid, and then we didn't get another Metroid game till like this was 2002. Yo, just to see the once you go into that helmet and you're in a 3D world, yo.
For the first time.
It's for the first time. I always thought like, how could they pull that off? Like, damn, the story is so good. Like, damn.
Yo,
I can't believe he hasn't played this either.
I had it, but I never got to play it. But at the same time, this game was out.
Who doesn't know about this? You have this is like top 5 all time though, like rated. Like this is like number 3, I think.
I mean, they have a collection for the Wii.
But yeah, I gotta get that. But Metroid Prime is the best out of the trilogy for sure.
Yo, Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. I know some people are gonna say like Wind Waker.
Zelda fan right here. I'm not a big Zelda fan, but I'm not against it. But
yeah, some people
why that Zelda though?
It's because the
Why
first
this
Zelda
one?
game, the first Zelda game I ever played, actually, you lent to me back at, I think it was in high school.
Not Ocarina of Time?
No, it wasn't, nah.
I'm saying,
of course.
you think this is better than Ocarina of Time?
Better than Ocarina of Time? Oh, man, if I say it is, then, people are gonna crucify me. But I still think this game, for me, is the greatest Zelda game. People might say it's too easy. At the time, this was my first Zelda game, so I didn't think so. Looking back at it now, yeah, it is pretty easy.
I played like half of it and I got stuck and I just stopped playing it. I gotta get back into it.
But it has, I think, the most temples, most dungeons out of any Zelda game, with a total of 10. I think 11 if you count the Wii U one with the amiibo.
You don't think this is like, the 3DS remake on the, the Ocarina of Time remake is not up to par with that?
I don't know. This place. They're both great games. But this one just holds a special place in my heart, just because I played Ocarina of Time after I played this game. So
So it could be nostalgia.
It is, because I played this game and I was just amazed, and then I have to play other Zelda games.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This game, this was my first GameCube game, Christmas 2003, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't play. I didn't know that Sonic Adventure 2 came out for the Dreamcast when I was young, and when I got this, that first stage, rolling around, that blew my mind. Like the graphics, the gameplay, like. Cause I remember I had a Genesis and I played. That was one of my first Sonic games, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and then I went straight to this, and it was like, whoa, bro, like, and then the child world. Don't get me started on raising my child, bro. Like, yo, I used to keep resetting my GameCube because every time I would go in there, he would go into the egg and he would like die. Like, you ever tried getting rid of a child and how sad they make like? Never tried throwing away a child?
In the water?
Nah, like you put them in a thing when you have too many child and they play that sorry ass song, makes you feel bad. Like you don't
I didn't have that many childs.
No?
I was more in the
They make
story.
you feel so sad. Like, do you really want to give him up? And like you see him with like a bag, like he's gonna walk away.
He's getting his real thing on.
Yeah,
packing it up.
I used to have to take care of them, and sometimes I would be Shadow and just beat them up. Like I used to abuse them sometimes. And then that's if you beat them up, that's how they become the devil, the evil child. Yeah, but that alone child was really the reason why this is in my top 5.
Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
And I'm be crucified again for not putting 7 above 10. But this is the first Final Fantasy game that I've played. The first Final Fantasy game that I've ever seen was 7 growing up, but the first one I've ever played was 10. And
what's so great about that compared to 7?
Well, I didn't play 7.
Those graphics are amazing.
Yeah,
still to this day, bro. The PS2 version.
The CGS graphics are amazing. Yeah, but I never played 7. This is the first Final Fantasy game I played, but first of all, the combat, I liked it a lot. If you never played a Final Fantasy game, I suggest you start with this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been remastered for the PS3 and the PS4. Just, go into it. If you don't like turn-based, then,
What's the character? Like
the main character is Titus. Some people say Titus, however you prefer to call him. The main character is Titus, but they made a sequel to it, but I wasn't a fan of
the
X2.
Yeah. Let's say nobody played this game. What is so great about this, bro?
I think the story's pretty unique. Though the story itself isn't that hard to follow, and
right after you're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, but I mean, also the gameplay. Gameplay was different. We haven't seen much of that before. Like the graphics, the worlds that we visited.
The music, though.
The music, the story.
That plays a big part in growing up as a kid. Like the music, like I remember being in 3rd grade when this came out, and I remember walking by the store. They had it for $5. I didn't know what it was. Gave them the $5. Went home. I was mesmerized by this, bro. Like all these Disney movies, I get to replay it. Like I'm in there again, redoing the movies. What's the song? How does the song go?
Like dun, 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 dun.
You know what that is?
What?
I got one more game. You know what that is?
Super Mario?
Nah, close. Donkey Kong 64.
Okay.
Alright, let me tell you why that game is so great. For one, it's huge, bro. That game is so big. First of all, you needed the RAM expansion for that. That was the game that it included that. You needed that, or it wouldn't work. Like each donkey or whatever you want to call it has their own bananas you have to get.
Kong?
Yes, each Kong has their own bananas. You see how let's say you're playing Super Mario 64. Mm-hmm. Mario has 120 stars, and Donkey Kong 64 each Kong has I don't even know how many bananas, but it's so long. And then you got blueprints you got to collect from certain each Kong has their own amount of blueprints.
How many Kongs?
There's 5 Kongs. You got Lanky, Diddy, Donkey Kong, Chunky Kong, and Tiny Kong.
Fuck, got Ass Kong, Titty Kong.
Yeah, the DK rap in the beginning is so iconic. Here we go.
It's a melee.
Finally here. We're forming for. That was classic, bro. That was classic. But yeah, we going late. We appreciate if you went this far. But yeah, we got my boy Oliver. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
Super Smash Brothers, all that.
Let's get it.